Hi everyone, Lisa here, aka Maggie Milo. I haven't done a Project Life video for a while, so I thought I would just jump into it. So this will be like the month of April, so I'm just going to jump into it. So this is week 14. So I always try to keep this part the same. So I take like an OSNAP card that has like the month on it, and then I'll take the calendar, and it's always for the first full week of that month. And then up here, I took some of this. I die cut this actually for a National Scrapbook Day, and it's just some black cardstock hearts. And so I just put some sequins in there. These are some Prima letters, and then this little arrow sticker, some thickers, and then here is before I started 50 projects, this was one of the things I bought. I went on a sales thing in the city, and I made a trip to the scrapbooking store, and I picked up some of these new paints. These are this distress paints. So I just journaled about that, and then I just added some washi tape behind it, and then added a wood tag. And again, the calendar, and then Dairy Queen Blizzard, and it says treat yourself, and I put yes please. And I believe this is from one of those one of the stamps that we got in the set or in a kit. And this is a Score Blizzard, and it's my favorite. And I don't think you guys have them in the States, but it's my most favorite chocolate bar, and it's awesome in a blizzard. And it was the very, very, very first blizzard I've ever tried when I was like, I think 4 or 5. So it's usually my go-to dessert. And then I have this arrow that has one pointing this way and then one pointing this way, because this is my hubby over here, and it says my heart is so happy because ice cream and my husband, love them both. I'm pretty sure equally. So I just stapled those down, and then I put one of those tags, and it says my one and only, and underneath it is just a Post-it note set, and it's from Studio Calico. It's super old, and it's this one right here. And then I stamped this in the Tide Pool, and this comes from one of the stamp sets that we got in a kit. And then this is Zumba. I go to Zumba Mondays and Wednesdays, and I absolutely love it. It just makes the time go by really fast. So I journaled about this, and this is actually a die cut card. And I laid it over top of some pink diagonal stripes, and just because of the way it was laid over top, it almost looks like an ombre effect. So I really like that. And then I used a rad button. And then this is my niece's birthday. My mom always comes to my house just because like we all live in one spot, and in order to kind of have a birthday party for the kids, she just comes to my house and she'll make them a cake and stuff like that. So this is my niece's birthday, so I just used a little sticker and then just put an arrow down there. So that's the first part of the week. And then in this one here, I just journaled about my niece's birthday. And then this is my niece. This is the empty cake pan. She did not eat the whole thing, but we were joking around saying that she did. She was just kind of, picking the leftover stuff out of the thing. It was a banana split cake, and it's absolutely delicious. So she couldn't get enough of it. She kept eating more and more. And again, I just took another one of those little Post-it note pieces from this one, and I just tucked it underneath the photo here. And then I used this card from Studio Calico as well. And then this one here, this one is just journaling about, it says my day in 5 words or less, which is impossible. I just put what a day. And this story is about my son and I. We got into a fight, and I'm just going to read what it says here. This is what I post on Facebook page. I put, I am sick and tired of kids not listening, so I'm officially on strike. No, one was served notice this morning, and the other one will be served later today. Negotiations are not looking good. An offer was made by one party, but it wasn't what I was looking for. so it was turned down. Strike updates will be posted as they develop. And then later I put both parties sat down at negotiation tables, and there was a lot of discussion on both parts. A mediator was brought in, and I put in brackets Wade, and the matter was settled in a few short minutes. The mediator did feel that the Mum Labourers Union QP 187 was underappreciated, and that the children of the Fritzlar residents needed to provide a better work environment. So I wanted to kind of have it like a strike notice. So I just took my Facebook page and put that in there. And then this little piece up here correlates to this. So it's put she ate the whole thing, and it was actually a speech bubble, and I just flipped it so that that kind of pointed up. And then this is a high five, and this is a journal card underneath it, and I just layered it over top because I like the effect on it. And then this was a Cobb salad I made for supper one night. I wanted to try something different. I'm always looking for something different for suppers. So we tried a Cobb salad, and I just used the foodie stamp, and I stamped this stuff in here. And this is from the new 24/7 O-Snap collection. And I just, journaled about what was on there. So that's that. So this is week 15. And this was the week that I did my draw, my 500 subbies draw. And Sandra was the one that won, which is funny because that's how we became really good friends. So I have a little snippet of what she put under her comment. And I just used one of these Studio Calico cards, I think is what it is, and I just journaled on there. And then I got my Studio Calico in the mail this day, and then I just take the card and I always put it with like a picture of it, or I'll just leave it in there like that, and I'll just put the pieces that I got. And then we went to the mall this day, and there's a couple other pictures I'll show you in a minute, but Tiffany & Company is coming to West Edmonton Mall. So I put Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, Tiffany opening soon at West Edmonton Mall, and I just put some bling and just attached it on there just to make it look really pretty. And it says things to do today, and it's goes to West Edmonton Mall for Spoon Soup for Tasha, take Troy to his orthodontic appointment, go and see the Diana exhibit, take Troy to Cabela's, meet up with Travis for early supper. So we had a very, very busy day this day. So it was kind of crazy. So this is the Diana exhibit, and I wanted to see it. Oh, I hope it focuses. I think it's not focusing because it's shining. I've wanted to see this ever since it came to town. And you can see it came to town February 9th, and it was done on June 9th. And I wanted to go and see it before I went for my surgery. It was kind of one of my bucket list things to do. And I'm a royal fanatic, and I am going to do a scrapbook page on me being a royal fanatic. And I don't know if it's because my grandmother was English or what the reasoning why is, but I love watching royal stuff. I love watching royal weddings, all of it. And when she died, I didn't cry, but it was really heartbreaking because I think she was just an icon. So anyway, I just took some snapshots of some of the things in the exhibit, and this was her crown, and then this is her family jewels. This is not the royal crown. This is the Spencer's crown, and it just has a little thing on it, and it's just so beautiful to see. And actually, I think this came in one of the hipster collection. It was just a little thing, and it had a crown on it. I just thought it was really fitting, so I put it between the two. But it was just so fantastic to see. This is the other page, and I put on here once in a lifetime, and these are not great pictures, which I'm very disappointed, but the lighting is really crappy in there. But this is Diana's wedding dress, and it is the only time, well, I shouldn't say the only time, but it's one of the rare occasions that you would actually see her train fully out, the full 25 feet. Even if you go to, I think it's called Abendroth Castle, where they keep her wedding dress, it's all kind of bunched up. It's like put up on the bustle or whatever you want to say it. It's not fully out. And to walk around and see the detail in the dress is just, you can't you can't even see the detail in real life or on the pictures. You have to see it in real life. So I'm so glad I went to this. I took my son, which he thought it was totally boring, but I didn't care. I was taking as long as I could anyway. I thought it was so awesome. So here I just documented about the whole experience of it. So I highly recommend it. If you can ever get to go see that, I highly recommend it. I'm sure you get a lot more out of it if you went to Abendroth, but the chances of me going to the Abendroth Castle are not good. So just because it's really expensive and I don't have that kind of money. So today we watched Glee, and it was the second last show of this season, and I really like Glee. So I took a snapshot from the web page and just put on 4x6 and split it in two. This is Wade, and this is, I put on here, typical lunch, Wade eating lunch while playing the iPad followed by a nap. And then we go back to work. So that's just a typical lunch hour. And then this piece here is, it's another crazy snowstorm, 20 centimeters of snow expected. So this was the 13th of April, which is not really all that common. Or it's not common for us to get snowstorms this late in the year. Usually we get lots of rain, but it's been a really crazy year for weather. So I just used an InstaWeather photo. And then this says week in review, and I used a card, and it's supposed to be one of those, this way cards, but I just made it work. It's got week in review, and then this is just another day at Spruce, or actually this was the first time that we went to Spruce Grove for my daughter's Bronze Cross. So we went to the Tri-Leisure Center, and I just journaled about that and put a picture here of the Tri-Leisure Center. So that's week 15. This is week 16. And all these cards for this week were from Sandra in Iraq, and I just thought I would try and use them all in one week, and I really like how it turned out. So I've got this title card that says here's the story, and I've got week 16, and then I've got the dates here, and it's got let the adventure begin, and then this was probably one of my last orders from Two Peas in a Bucket, and then I've got the date down here. And I just put a list of all the items that I got. I thought it would be interesting to go back and see, prices later on are probably going to be maybe cheaper. I don't know. And then I put this stamp on here. It says wonderful, ordinary, average day. I just stamped it in the middle to make it a title card. And then this journaling goes with this. And I came home really, really sick. I was doing sales calls, and I was just absolutely exhausted when I came home. So I was sick this day, and so I just put on this card. I put the date, and then I put exhausted and sick. And then on here, this was the Boston bombing. So I just took a picture from like the web page, like a news web page, and I just printed it off. And I put I will never forget this up on top, and it's one of those little vellum pieces from the hipster collection that we got. And then I used that newsflash sticker or stamp, and then important, and I put the date, and I put some arrows, and I just journaled about the bombing and how it was all over the news that day, and how tragic it was that people got killed. So I just journaled about that. There's not a lot of pictures for this layout because this was the week I was going. Oh no, this was not the week I went in for my surgery. But anyway, my mom and her husband came over, and they did kind of the same thing as they did for the kids. They brought me a birthday cake, and we celebrated my birthday. So I just added some journaling, and I added a stamped butterfly, and I added this kind of bokeh printed off. This is a printable from Studio Calico from I don't even know how long ago. And then this picture is kind of funny. If you can see, it looks like a footprint. Can you see that? I put my shoe here because I wanted it to kind of look like a footprint, so to speak. But all it is was just water that drained, and just the way it drained, it made it look like a footprint. So I put Sasquatch sighting. And we have a really tall guy at work, and we call him Sasquatch. I mean, like, he's okay with it, but I shouldn't say, like, we're calling him names, but we call him Sasquatch because he is really, really tall. So anyway, I just journaled about, Sasquatch sighting and, this funny little print that it left on their sidewalk. And then these are my Mickey Crocs that I got in 2009 when I went to Disney World. And sadly, they're broken, and I tried fixing them 1,000 times, and they didn't want to be fixed anymore, so I had to throw them in the garbage. So it was a really, really sad day. So that's kind of disappointing, but I took this life journal card and just left it like that. Then I just took this piece here, and I journaled about how I was getting really nervous for my surgery. And then this part here, my daughter was driving to Spruce Grove this time, so I just journaled about that. And then that's this week. So then the next week is week 17. Only have 2 more weeks, guys. I know I'm running through this as fast as I can, so it's not, too much. Then there's not a lot of journaling for this week. It's going to be a lot of journaling heavy, so I'm just going to breeze right through this, hopefully. I used some of that wide washi tape, and I used some black StazOn, and I stamped one of those yes please stamps, and then I put the date, and I cut these out. They were actually stamped on some pink paper, and I cut them out, and that's from that week stamp set. It's actually this one here. I've got it right here. And then I used some other little snap stickers, and then an arrow, and then I just attached this banner to this piece, and this is from one of those Pebbles journal pads. Then this one says today, and I think this was a card that I got from Sandra, I think. Either that or it's a Studio Calico card. And then this is a picture of my screen, and before I went away for surgery, I was doing some managerial stuff because our manager, she actually had heart issues, so she had to go in for surgery, so I was kind of looking after some stuff for her. So we got a complaint letter, so I had to fill out a letter back to the person and apologize. So that was kind of this journaling here. It says manager duties, so I just filled that in. And then I've got this snapshot piece there. And then this is really hard to see, but it's my husband, and we went out for supper at the Keg before my surgery, and it says, "You are my most favorite memory," and I just stitched around it with my sewing machine. And I put dinner at the Keg, and I took a picture of my supper, and he didn't eat very much because he was super worried about me, but I was enjoying my steak because I knew it was probably going to be the last steak I'd have for a while, so I was quite enjoying mine. Okay, so then this one here, it's got the official record, and I just made my own lines with a ruler, and I just journaled about what time I had to be at the hospital, kind of the events of the day, and that sort of thing. And then I used this journal card that's got what I like most about my life is who I share it with. And then I took an O-Snap, or like this is a Simple Stories O-Snap pocket, and I put all my little bands from the hospital, and I put them in there. And then I took another one of these journal cards, and I took another one of these transparencies. And these are actually from Sandra, who's O-Snap Gonzo, and she actually did these on StazOn ink, and she sent them to me, which I thought was an awesome idea. So I put, it has loving life with you by my side. And then it's got the details here of my going home from the hospital. And I came home from the hospital on my birthday. So it's overnight in the hospital. And when I woke up, as breakfast was being served, a gentleman from the hospital came and he brought me these balloons. And I thought that was really, really sweet. I mean, the hospital obviously did not have to do anything, but I thought it was really, really nice. So I took a picture of them. And then this is a note. It says note, and it's just talking about how I had a really, really rough sleep the first night. And how I had to keep taking painkillers, which explains this, because this looks bad like this. It says need this, and it looks like I'm a drug addict, which I am not. This was just to kind of get me through the pain. And I've got pain medicine up here. But anyway, it just went through that. So that is that week. So again, it's a lot of journaling on this one, so not a lot of pictures. This week, however, is kind of picture and infra crazy because it was just one of those weeks, and of course I was at home and recuperating, so I had lots of time on my hands. So again, I just kind of have the date up here, and I just took one of those Studio Calico cards, and I put the date in the middle, and I just kind of put these less than, greater than signs in there. And then this is a cup of coffee. When I was kind of going through all this, I don't know why, but for some reason I was getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is not normal for me. Normally I will like sleep in till 7:30 if I can. I'll push it as far as I can, but for some reason I was just awake at 6 o'clock every morning. So I would have a cup of coffee in the morning, well, 1 or 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and just kind of enjoy the quiet time before everybody woke up. So that's my morning coffee. And then I stuck this card in here because this will probably be my last chance to use it for this month because it's got April here. And then I journaled about today, and today wasn't a very good April was not a very good month for weather-wise, and just kind of depressing. And then this is kind of where the weather started to turn, is it started to be sunny right around the 30th of April. And then I took this card, and it says, "You are my sunshine." And then my Zumba shoes came in, which is so tragic because I cannot wear these until next year because I cannot exercise. I'm starting to walk and stuff like that, but I cannot do major physical activity until the doctor says okay, and I'm going next week to find out if I can, and Zumba's over. So I won't be able to use these until next September. So I kind of journaled about that here, and I just used some stickers and used some these neon yellow tape just to accent the neon yellow in my new shoes that I can't wear. And then best day ever, May 1st. I got a rack from Ronnie in the mail, and she wanted to try and get it to me for when I was done before I went for my surgery. It just didn't happen. But it was nice to have it after the fact. And I did do a video on this rack, but I took the cards that she had made and I put them in my Project Life, and then I just put a thing about how nice it was to get them. And then I took this card, and this is from the 24/7 line. And then I took an envelope and I put all of the letter and her mailing information and stuff like that on the inside of the pocket, so that I always have it there, which I have it in an address book, but it was kind of nice to kind of keep it later on. And then I took this other side here and put the other cards. This is like a divided, this is a 6x12, and then these are 4x6 pages. So it worked out perfectly for these cards. And then I took these pieces here from Oh Snap, and this has got Sweet Life, so I wanted to kind of bridge the gap here. And then I've got a picture here of a recipe that I tried, and again, I was at home all week and I was really bored, so I would try and come up with exciting things that I could do for supper, and then my kids would come home and they would help me put it together. So that was a recipe that I had tried. And then the last page, so that was the insert. So then this is the last page. And then this has got, "Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm a Scrapaholic." So this was the day that I started my first page in the 50 Projects Facebook group. And I wanted to document that because I felt that it was important. So I just kind of wrote about it. And then this day here, my poor little puppy, he stepped on my stomach, and I was really, really sore, and he knows when you're sick. He's really, really smart, and he felt really bad because he would not leave my side at all the whole day. So it was really, really sweet. Then here I've got National Scrapbook Day, and I just journaled that I wouldn't be participating this particular day in National Scrapbook Day, but there was challenges going on throughout the week, and I was hoping that I would feel good enough to join in. And then this is me enjoying outside this particular day, enjoying it outside with my dogs. And then this is the Sunday again. We are back in Spruce Grove, and we are, there for my daughter's swimming lesson. So I just took this card and just put the date and time. And this is an Insta weather picture, so it's got all the information on here. And then just used a title card that says, "This is good. It is good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy." And then this is just documenting her swimming lessons, and I just journaled about that. And then this is lunch, sweet potato fries, my favorite. So I just journaled about that and put that in there. So that is April in a nutshell. I am caught up on April, and I still have May and middle of June to do, up to the middle of June to do. So I'm a bit behind, and that's why I haven't been doing the Project Life videos, just because I'm trying to get caught up again. I know, that's a joke, right? But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope I will show you some other Project Life spreads soon. Thanks, bye.